cuffs are off, man.
Hey everybody, Adam Rank here.
What's up, friends? Daniel Dopp here from the Fantasy Focus Football Podcast over on ESPN.
It's Fabs here, Michael Fabiano from Sports Illustrated.
You know who you can trust if you've got some questions about your fantasy squad?
Want to check out a cool show on YouTube that'll help you get ready for the fantasy football season?
Check out the Get Right Fantasy Network.
Check out the Get Right Fantasy Network. If you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? You want to lose your league?
Head on over to YouTube. Check out the Get Right Fantasy Network because they're doing everything they can to make you a better fantasy player.
You got to get right with the Get Right Fantasy Network.
So go and roll your sleeves up. Yeah, go and roll your sleeves up. And I'm getting down cause I roll my sleeves up. And I'm getting right cause I roll my sleeves up. And I'm getting down cause I roll my sleeves up. And I'm getting right cause I
What up, world? Welcome back to the Get Right Fantasy Network. I'm here, Mike Herrick, a.k.a. Classic Mike, and tonight I'm here with a really special guest, my good friend, Mr. Phil Ruskin. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Good, man. What's going on?
I'm just excited to talk some football tonight. Tonight, we're going to be answering all your Week 7 start-sit questions. We're going to go over some news and notes first and give you guys a view on what's going on in the last few days. Then we're going to jump right into questions. So make sure you guys throw your questions in the chat, and we will get right to them. If you want your question answered right away, make sure you guys throw that super chat at us. We'll stop everything and answer your question right away. We're going to be here for pretty much an hour. We are on a little bit of a schedule, both me and Phil. So we're going to be here for that long. So throw your questions in quick. We're going to, at one point, we'll run through them real quick instead of, normally giving us the hour, breakdown that we normally do. Quick disclaimer. Make sure you guys, when you're posting questions, make sure you guys include format, scoring, half, full, non-PPR, tight end premium. Let us know it all. We want to know all those things.
League size.
Yeah, all those things really are helpful. This week, we have Bills and Ravens on a bye. So we got a bunch of guys that are going to be out. Henry, Cook, Lamar, Josh Allen, whole bunch of guys. So make sure you guys are aware of that. First and foremost, injuries from the quarterbacks. We got Kyler Murray. He's out with, he's not out. He's listed as questionable with a foot injury. He's limited all week. Most reports are saying Jacoby Brissett is starting. It looks like that's going to be the deal. Carson Wentz, he's set to start as well. That was tweeted out this afternoon. Brock Purdy, he was limited most of the week. Mac Jones is a lot better, so Mac Jones is going to be playing this week.
Indeed, he is.
Oh,
you know what?
man.
We've been okay with Mac Jones.
Hey, I like Mac. I like him a lot more. I wish Ricky was there, but we'll talk about Ricky in a minute. Running back injuries. We got Bucky Irving. He's already been ruled out. The big news, which we're going to talk about a little bit today, is Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard is back from his calf injury from the last 2 weeks. He's been limited to Friday, and then Friday he has no injury tag. So at this point, he's good to go. They already put out, everyone's been asking who's going to be the starter, who's going to get the most. What do you think? Rico Dowdle or Chuba Hubbard? Who's getting the most run, come Sunday?
Rico. I mean, I get it. I know, like, if you guys are, like, I've been around for a long time, but if there's anybody new that doesn't know who I am, I run mostly a Dynasty show during the week as part of the Get Right Fantasy Network, but we're going to take the Dynasty hat off, put the redraft hat on. The contract doesn't matter for Sunday. What matters is that you've got a player coming back off an injury who hasn't played at full speed in 3 weeks, who's got to get some time to ramp up, and you've got a guy who's been the RB1 and the RB2 back-to-back weeks. And at the end of the day, Kendall and I were talking about this earlier this week on my show. Dave Canales has got to win games or he doesn't have a job. Agreed. He doesn't care about your fantasy team. So nope. Rico's going to be out there. I think Chuba will get a little bit of snap share this week to ramp up and to maybe get some short yardage work 100%. Or to spell Rico. But I think anyone that has fears this week about playing Dowdle, I don't think you should.
Okay.
Let's see what this week looks like, and then we can talk next week and the week after about does it become a 50-50 split? Is it a timeshare, et cetera, et cetera. But I think for this week, Rico's still very safe.
I agree. There's a lot of spaces that I can put him in. I think he'll get at least 60 to, I think it's going to be a 60-40 split in favor of Dottle.
It might be higher.
It might be. We don't know. I'm giving a really low expectation because I don't know.
And keep in mind, it's I think lowest over. It's the Jets. Like it's
well.
It's
I mean,
bad.
Jets are actually pretty decent against the run. I mean, they're middle of the road at this point. They're a little above league average in DVOA against the run. So I have, it's one of those things where I'm still curving a little bit, but at the end of the day, I do think Rico is going to be involved. There are going to be some situations that I like other running backs over Rico, but Rico has been doing very well. And it's hard not to play him.
41.5 points. Carolina is now 1.5 point favorites, and the Jets opened at 1.5. So it's been bet the opposite.
Oh, yeah, it's been going well. And that's with the loss of Garrett Wilson and a few other things, but we're going to get into that too.
Yep.
DeAndre Swift, he was listed as questionable, but he said he's good. It's just maintenance days. They played on Monday. He was limited throughout the week, but he's good to go. He already said it. Josh Jacobs, he's been dealing with an illness and a calf injury. The calf injury came up late, limited Wednesday, Thursday, full on Friday. He's still listed as questionable, but it sounds like he's going to be playing. Make sure you guys are aware of this. Just because he plays at 4, just make sure you have some type of backup. It's always good to be ready to go just in case, because you never know with these things. Hassan Haskin, I know this doesn't seem like much because Vidal took over, but he was added with a chest injury late today. It's one of those things just to be aware of, because then it kind of pushes Vidal up a little bit, gives him more run against Indianapolis. Should be an interesting, Indy, right? Yeah. So make sure you guys are aware of that. Like I mentioned before, we're going to go into wide receivers. Garrett Wilson, he's going to be out this week with his knee injury, but they did say that it's possible he could be back next week. Right now, he's listed as doubtful, but they will rule him out in the next day or two. I mean, it's just how it goes. Terry McLaurin is ruled out with his quad injury. He tried coming back. It just didn't work out. Deebo Samuel is also listed as questionable. He was very limited this week. Did not practice 2 days. He was very limited today. They've been asking him about if he's going to play. He's very unsure. If you look at all the quotes, it looks very, very murky. He's at 4:00, Eastern. So just make sure you guys are aware of that. Make sure if you are on the boat of wanting to play him, have a backup. In this case, I already see a question in the chat, which I'm going to bring up right now. We got Warrior Love. He's going, what's up? He goes, Deebo is beat up. Start Kendrick Bourne or Deebo. This is where I would probably lean Kendrick.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, you've got no Ricky Pearsall. I don't think George Kittle plays in this one. Jawan Jennings says he's going to play, but he's hurt. I mean, look, I'm the resident. Well, there's a couple of us, but I'm on today's episode. I'm the resident 49ers fan here in the building, and it is once again the 19ers instead of the 49ers. But look, Kendrick Bourne's been okay, so I think you play him because look, the best ability is availability, and Deebo may not be available
for sure. And honestly, it's a very, very weak thought that he might play. CeeDee Lamb, he looks good to go. He said he could have played last week. He is set to play this week. So make sure you guys throw him back into your lineups. This week he will be going against, where is he? He's going against the Commanders. So that's a pretty good matchup for him overall. As we said before, Ricky Purcell is out with his knee injury. Hopefully back next week. That'd be nice. We'll see.
TBD.
Jawan Jennings with 5 ribs broken, ankle, shoulder limited all week. Apparently he's good. No, I wouldn't play him if you have him. DJ Moore with a groin injury. He has been cleared. No tag. A really weird situation me and Phil were talking about in the beginning. I think it had to do with the actual groin injury and not the actual muscle of the groin. So, my groin. It's okay. He'll be fine. Don't stress. He's a tough guy. He wants to be out there. Joshua Downs, he's out with a concussion. He was ruled out on Wednesday, pretty much. If you're on the concussion protocol as of Wednesday, just know you're not going to be playing on Sunday.
Correct.
Calvin Ridley out with a hamstring injury. He should be out another week or two. Just be aware of that as well. Puka Nacua was ruled out with his ankle injury. They said they might have him back after their week 8 bye, which means he should be back week 9. just be aware of that. They said he's been looking good lately. Hopefully that turns out the way
that's what I expect.
Yeah, me too. Jacoby Myers did not practice Wednesday, Thursday, limited on Friday. He is very questionable with a knee and toe injury and trade. I threw trade in there as a funny thing.
It's legit though.
It's legit. We don't know if that's going to actually happen. I have no sources or anything like that, but the thought might be there that we're getting close to the trade deadline. It's time to kind of ramp down a little bit. Quentin Johnston, he has a hamstring injury. He is good to go. He is no longer with an injury designation. He is set to play. Marvin Harrison Jr. with a concussion was limited most of the week and full Friday. He's been cleared. He's good to go. Mike Evans, he was limited Thursday and did not practice Friday, but apparently this is normal for his normal, work week. Today, I think tomorrow we'll know more because they play on Monday. So just be aware of that as well. Godwin and Mbuka are both pretty much ruled out. They haven't said it yet, but they're out.
They're out.
Jalen Coker was activated off of IR and set to make his debut this week, already said by Brian Canales. So he should be good to go. Tight end injuries. Kittle with his hamstring injury. He's aiming towards playing Sunday night. He hasn't been activated yet. He will be activated as of tomorrow. Just be aware. Just keep an eye out. He mentioned that he tore his full hamstring. I would think, and he said that they have no limit, like on his snap count. Maybe a little. We'll see. David Njoku, he has been ruled out. Load up Harold Fenn. Zach Ertz showed up on the injury report with a shoulder and calf injury. He did not practice on Wednesday, full on Thursday, limited on Friday. Never a good sign when you go up and then down.
They have if Debo doesn't play and he doesn't play, who they're going to throw it to Bill? Like, I don't know who they're going to throw it to.
They have Chris Moore, they have Luke McCaffrey, and
Jalen Lane.
Jalen Lane. So I mean, it's gonna be a shit show for Washington. It's gonna be tough. Either way, it's gonna be interesting. Brock Bowers practiced for the first time since October 1st. He's listed as doubtful. He's not playing. So let's get into your questions. We already kind of got into Warrior Lofts questions right there. We got Thomas, better stash rest of season, Woody Marks or Tajay Spears?
It's close for me. Probably Woody Marks. I think right now, just simply he seems to have more of the work. It's close with Nick Chubb, right? But at the end of the day, like, Pollard's still the guy. Now, the caveat to this is I did see a report today that Pollard is a potential trade target for the Chiefs.
Ooh.
So, look, I think in the next 2 to 3 weeks, you really need to start asking these kind of questions. But more importantly, I think you need to either really pay attention to the news and try to get ahead, or you might need to call your shot on a player that you feel good about, because you know that there are guys. Look, Brees is the most obvious name, but like Brees could go, he could not go, right? But to trade a player, or in this case, to acquire a player like a Brees Hall, it takes a lot of capital. It takes cap space. There's a contract, because you're going to have to pay him next year because of his rookie deal is up. So it's a lot. Sure, it's big. It's sexy. It'll get, headline coverage, for 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
But there's still plenty of running backs out there that could also get traded, that are much less expensive, that could still help a win now team. And I think Pollard's one of those players that could go. So it's very close. As of today, if Spears is in Tennessee with Pollard and if Marks is in Houston with Chubb, I would take Woody.
Yeah.
That's where I would lean. But again, Spears, Thomas could be a good stash if you believe that Pollard is a trade candidate. So I know that doesn't answer it, but Woody is my answer, but it's just something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat as you and how you feel about it. Right now, Bills are probably the Texans are probably the better team when it comes to rush rate. So I would probably want to live in the realm of a team that likes to rush the ball, which in this case would be, the Texans. The Titans haven't really been in a position to be able to do that. If it's full PPR, well, which it is, it looks like. I mean, both are good pass catchers. Both are, it's hard to say, really. I kind of will. I'm going to lean Woody too. But the caveat, like Phil said, that trade talk, I didn't know about that until now. But it's kind of making me think, Spears might not be a horrible option, but these guys are guys on your bench that you're not playing until, they're absolutely necessary.
Yeah. I mean, that's like Spears is the receiving back, but at the end of the day, like neither one of these teams is salting away a lead.
No.
Right. They're not great teams. You're also talking about bye weeks or injuries is probably, hopefully, the only way that either of these guys crack your lineup, unless you're in a super deep league and you've got a, triple flex sort of a situation. But I would say for the most part, I like the way the question is worded, stash, right? Who's the better stash, right? Because you're not
100%.
asking about who do I start this week. Because if you're starting either one of these guys,
you're in a bad spot. So PPR flex 1, and to me this is just too easy. Dottle, Coker, or Tez Johnson. To me, it's Dottle, just from kind of what we just talked about.
I'll answer it this way. Of course, the answer is Dowdle, right? But let's say Dowdle is not in your options because there may be players who are asking about because they picked up Tez last week or they picked him up this week, right, with the injury to Ibuka. I would do this. I would pay very close attention to the Mike Evans news to see if he is going to play. Now, keep in mind, it's a Monday night game, right? It's the first of the 2 Monday night games, so you may not have a choice. You may have to play someone on Sunday. But I also think it's going to be hard if Evans doesn't play to predict if it's going to be Johnson or is it going to be Shepard or is it just going to be Rashad White and Cade Otton again, right? And that's an option as well. So if you have a Jalen Coker, if you have an Alec Pierce because you've lost, Josh Downs this week, if that's the kind of decision that you're making, I would probably go with one of those players over Tez, especially if Evans plays because it's the Monday game. It's sexy, it's nice, but like, what if it's Shep's week? You know what I mean? Like you just don't know the volume there in Tampa. And then of course, being the Monday night game makes it even more difficult. So the answer to this question is Dowdle. But for those that picked up Tez Johnson off of waivers, hone in on that news, man. Get on that Twitter account and get Twitter feed and see what they're saying about Mike Evans' availability.
Yeah, I mean, we should definitely know more about Mike as of Saturday. I mean, you can tell by if he practices at all on that day if he's actually going to play. Yeah. If he's limited, there's a lower chance that happens. But if you see a full practice, load him up or take him out. You're not playing Tez.
It's hard for me to see him practicing all week to then not play.
Agreed.
I think it is more likely that he practices all week and plays possibly with a snap share with a limited count, just to make sure they don't overdo it because you don't know when Egbuka's coming back. Could be next week. It could be a month.
Yeah.
Right.
Hamstrings
are funky. So it's one of those things of like hamstrings are one of those injuries that has a huge high percentage of re-aggravation.
100%.
So, and look, Baker, sure, he's had Egbuka, but like Baker's been getting it done for the most part without Evans, without Chris Godwin. He's had Egbuka, sure, but like without Bucky the last 2 weeks. So
it's Baker, man. Baker is just a gunslinger. He'll throw it to whoever is open.
I think there's a possibility, and I hope we all do, that it's 38-35 on Monday night.
Oh, 110%.
I think we all are hoping for that.
Yeah. So with the 52.5 point over under, I hope so too.
Hope so.
I mean, I actually have Cam Johnson on a few teams because I didn't get the Tez, but Cam isn't a horrible option either, but I don't want to have to go down that road if I have to. Dottle, I think, is probably the best bet here.
Agreed.
Defense, to me, it might seem obvious. You got Miami's defense going against Cleveland, and you got Carolina's defense going against the Jets. Both the offenses are not there, but the better offense to me is Cleveland. I'm gonna go with Carolina. I like the offense better. They're more of a zone defense, which doesn't really work with what Justin Fields does, and he can beat out a man defense real easy. He's not going to be able to do that here. It might not be a great defense, but it's better than nothing.
I will also take the Carolina defense. Miami is the 29th best, not Jerry math. That's real math. But they are the 29th best defense against the run. Points per game. I just looked at that. This one's bad, man. I mean, this is it's like you just close your eyes and don't watch any of these games and just hope that Achane and Waddle and Judkins and Fannin just sort of show up with some points in your rosters, because the rest of it is not worth watching.
I have Junkins at RB5.
I haven't done my rankings for this week, but that doesn't sound too far off from where I would probably have him either.
Should I go through the list of the last 7 weeks and see who's the number one running back for all those teams that they faced? It's anybody that faced Miami.
Yeah, it's a disaster. I mean,
yeah,
the scary part for me is, does Achane really get traded?
Oh, I keep hearing that too, and that's going to be quite interesting. I heard the trade rumors for Seattle. Really hope if that's the case, they move Ken Walker. That would be even more fun. But if they have all 3 of them there, it's going to be kind of
a disaster. Yeah, it's a disaster. Yeah, between that and Brees, we need them. Someone needs to go to Washington.
I don't want that.
But Bill ain't the guy long time. We'll talk about that on the Dynasty episode. But like, someone needs to go to
somewhere
Washington.
else. Just go somewhere else. Anywhere but Washington. Anyway, start to full PPR. BTJ, Quentin Johnston, JMO, Dottle, or Madison. This is tougher. Or Mason.
Yeah, this is a hard one for me. The easy way to rule out, I'm going to rule JMO out right away.
Agreed.
As sexy as it is, as fun as it is in that game environment, at home in the dome, golf, JMO's big touch. Now that I say that, he'll have 191 and 2, because he'll catch 386-yard touchdowns. But I will say this, it just hasn't been there consistency wise for JMO.
100%.
So I think we're gonna go ahead and rule him out. BTJ obviously catches the touchdown last week, but it's funny because like I'm watching the games last week, right? And I went, oh my God, BTJ, the ghost of BTJ. Look, he did something, right? Like Huge coming back is positive, but again, coming off an injury. So I tend to lean Dowdle and Mason here. I know it's full PPR and I want the pass catchers, but I also think about who's most likely to score a touchdown. And to me, it's Dowdle and Mason. They're the most likely to get in the end zone, whereas JMO, Huge, BTJ, like, sure, it could be, 180 and 2, and it could also be 3 for 36. That's the range of outcomes. I think Dowdle and Mason give you the highest floor.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that they both give the highest floor. Dottle to me is kind of a lock going through each thing, and as I look at it, the only caveat that I'll give for BTJ is that Witherspoon is going to be out for this game. He's on IR.
Yeah.
It's their best corner, and it's one of their things that they haven't been doing great on as of late. They are currently below the league average. And they are probably one of the, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're bottom 20 when it comes to passing yards given up.
It's still these funky London games, man. Like, these London games seem to be 17-13 no matter who's freaking playing.
But that's the other point that I was going to move to is, yes, the points probably are going to be lower, but it usually favors the East Coast team. Usually. Even though Denver won. But this affects more than because
did the Jets just lose the game?
Jets just suck. But all I'm trying to say is that in this case, this is a home game for Jacksonville, regardless. Like, even if they're not listed as, well, they are listed, but even if they aren't, they're still 3-point underdog. It gives them an opportunity to be involved, and they're going to have to spread the ball around to keep the Rams on their toes. And Quentin Johnston coming back from the injury just scares me. JMO, for all the reasons that you kind of said. Mason, I don't hate the matchup against the Eagles, but Jalen Carter's back. This ain't going to be Scattaboo again. So it's one of those things where Dottle I feel a lot better about just because of the Jets. BTJ, I just like the matchup a little bit more. So for me, I feel that matchup more, but I definitely agree with you that Dottle and Mason are a better floor if that's what you need. If you are currently up by 35 because you use Chase, I'd be safer with Dottle and Mason.
Agreed.
But if I was chasing a team that had Chase, I'd be going BTJ.
Yeah, I mean, Philly's defense is interesting, right? Like, it hasn't been the dominant defense it was last year.
Well, they've been missing pieces with
they've been
Vaughn
missing
and
pieces.
Dean. I mean, they've been out, and their pass rush on the outside hasn't been what it used to be.
No, and so but again, it's also it's Carson Wentz again this week. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Like it's not great. It's not great. But I would, I would say Dowdle and Mason. So
Okay. All right. So Scott got another question for us. He says Tucker Kraft or Fannin. This is a tighter one for me. This is tough because I currently have Kraft at 4. I have Fannin at 9 in my rankings. Right now, Arizona not playing bad. On defense at the very least. Miami is just horrible. I think this is going to be Fannin and Judkins for the most part, but it's hard to ignore what Kraft's going to be able to do. This game is currently Green Bay favored by 7. So if you want to go by the narrative that they're going to be up and then what's the point of throwing, I completely understand it. The Cleveland game is a little tighter. Cleveland's favored by 2.5, which just means they're going to stay involved a little more.
I'm going to say Kraft, and here's my reasoning, different than yours. Number one, correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, but the game is in Arizona.
It is in Arizona in a dome.
In a dome. It is supposed to be crazy.
Well, I was just gonna mention that. Yeah.
In Cleveland. I know the game environment is poor. I know we had a question earlier about the Dolphins defense. We said and so I hear you on the Fannin component, but at the end of the day, that game could be 6-3.
Oh, 100%.
I don't trust Dylan Gabriel. I get that he may not have anyone else to throw it to, but just because you don't have anyone else to throw it to doesn't mean he can actually throw the ball.
Fair enough.
So I'm going to go
have
with
the better quarterback.
I'm going to go with Jordan Love and Tucker Kraft, who, by the way, Kraft has been the red zone threat.
100%.
I know Dobbs has had some touchdowns. Obviously, we know Josh Jacobs. We talked about his issues in the beginning of the show, but yeah, give me Kraft in the dome in a game that I think is could. I mean,
it could
Arizona,
be a decent game. Yeah,
Brissett looked competent last week.
Oh, for sure.
So give me a game that could be closer than we think it is versus, howling lake weather, snow, wind, whatever that crap is in Cleveland. I'm not doing that.
Coming from somebody that's actually been to Cleveland and actually been to the Browns Stadium, at least near it, because, I've been to Cleveland a few times. It's right on the water. It's not a joke. That thing it whips off the water. It's going to be real tough playing in that condition if it's anything higher than 20 miles an hour. I agree. Overall, that's kind of my caveat is, if I had to have, if I'm doing the tiebreaker, that's got to be one. And especially with Dylan, Gabriel not knowing how to do that.
Dolphins don't play well in cold weather.
Well, that too.
The game's
not
going to
be a whole thing.
Yeah. So yeah, let's move on.
More upside this week. Bourne, Boutte, Johnson, Coker, or Fanning, full PPR.
I mean, I don't know if we were talking about it on the show or pre-show, but give me Kendrick Bourne for one more week. This is probably his last week. Ricky should be back. Yeah. I was just looking up. George is still on IR, but it sounds like he's going to be activated off IR and he'll play. So it seems like he'll be there. But again, do they ramp him up and do they keep Tonjes in there to kind of, make sure George, because they need George at the end of the day.
Oh, they need him,
This is a division that the Niners are, if they don't win, can still make the playoffs as a wild card. So you need George for the longer haul than just to, to win the game this week against the Falcons Sunday Night Football. So give me Kendrick Bourne here. And then I would actually, if I understand Thomas is asking this question, so this is his roster. But I would play Fannin as my second if for any reason, Bourne, if someone else is thinking about an option there, that's where I would go because of the inconsistency.
Well,
I know we just talked about the game environment being poor.
No, I agree. Because then it's short dump downs. You're just going to be dumping it off. I get it. Kendrick Bourne, I don't mind. The next in line could be Fannin or Coker.
Coker's the other one I would
don't hate Coker.
Yeah, I'd be okay with Coker as well. And I love Tez. I just again, we talked about it a couple minutes ago. It's hard to know where the volume is going to go, especially if Mike Evans is there. Then you've got to think it goes to Mike. I mean, it will go to Mike Evans. So
yeah. So for me, I mean, Boutte and Tez are on the bottom end. I love what Drake May's doing, but
did Brian Branch get suspended?
Who?
Brian Branch get suspended?
He did.
He got a
And
game, right?
He didn't win his appeal. We won't know until tomorrow if he wins his appeal.
He's not going to win that appeal. I mean,
no. Jordy
I
Nelson.
did like the guys that came out and they were like, someone need to whoop Juju's ass anyway.
That was Zaire Franklin. Zaire Franklin was one of those people.
Yeah.
So I don't blame him.
Yeah.
So let's move right down the list. Okay, cool. So Kenneth Lee, what's going on, man? Great to have you here. He goes, giving up Jaden Daniels for Daniel Jones, Juckins, and Olave. What if the other team is stacked and have been streaming QB? Do you ever take upgrading the other better team into consideration?
So this is a trade question. He's saying he's going to give up Jaden and get Daniels, Judkins, and Olave in return.
I mean, if you're getting that,
I would take that.
Kudos.
In a heartbeat.
I would take that in a heartbeat. Do you ever take upgrading the other better team into consideration?
No.
Oh,
the only
hell
time
no.
The only time
it's for you.
Yeah, but the only time you would do that is if, and it's not even really a consideration of making the other team better. It's in a dynasty format. If you're trading with picks, all of a sudden you're trading away guys, then your, first round becomes more valuable, or you're acquiring a better player. Now the pick you're sending away becomes a mid to a late. But in a redraft format, Daniel Jones, I almost did the neighbors and said Daniel Jones there. Daniel Indiana Jones is QB7 on the season. Jaden's 25. I know Jaden missed a couple games, but Daniel Jones has been great. Judkins, we just talked about, he gets everything in Cleveland. And Olave, it's not good. He hasn't been good, but it's still PPR points. His floor is 7 points. Put 7 points in your flex and move on.
I was gonna even say for my league, he's like 10 or more. He's always double digits for anything that's full PPR. Yeah. And then Judkins has a really good rushing schedule coming up. And honestly, the best is yet to come. I mean, this has been his third? No, this has been his fifth week.
I'll look. I think it's his.
It's fifth or it's either 4 or 5. Either way, he's done with his quote unquote preseason type ramp up. That means he's just exactly. So he's at that point where they're already ramping him up. I think Sunday is going to be his big game. I think this is going to be his breakout. This is going to be the game that everyone's going to be looking at, just because 1, it's the opponent, and 2, I think this is a game that he could actually do pretty well in. Daniel Jones is. It sucks to say, but he's been doing very well. Yeah. And it's a lot to do with the system. They're utilizing him. They're listening to him, I'm assuming. I think that they had a hard time with him in New York, or it's just the atmosphere, to be quite honest. I mean, it's hard to play in New York. It really, really is. And it's one of those things where maybe the change of venue is what he needed. And to be fair, he's got a guy like Jonathan Taylor he can just hand the ball off to and dump to, and that's how he's been doing pretty well. So overall, I'm doing this trade in a heartbeat.
I'm a little surprised that this is not because it's a question, but it just seems it's a very one-sided trade. Someone must think extremely highly for Daniels, or maybe it's a keeper league.
Maybe
there's something we don't know that's not written in the question here, but that seems like a lot to give up for one player.
Yeah, me too. I would be very questionable. So thanks, guys. Yes, Mac Jones said that Bourne is his best friend. Ricky is out. It's too scary to start Debo.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen. So
I don't think Debo plays.
I don't either.
Yeah,
the way that they talk about it, and I was watching some of the video, he just doesn't look right. It just doesn't look like he's in that type of atmosphere that he just wants to go and play. I think he's really just trying to wait a week and then move on.
Yeah, so. I mean, his jersey's hanging in my closet over there. He's been on my team for years and years and years, and this seems like a classic 90 minutes before kickoff, update from Adam Schefter. 100%. Debo will miss today's game. So
I don't see good things. So Warrior goes, start the Denver Broncos defense versus the Giants, and remember, Warrior is a Giants fan, or Patriots versus a broken Titans without Ridley. I'm going Patriots.
Agreed.
I have to give Dart a little credit. He's been playing well. They've been moving the ball. I understand how good Denver is. I'm not taking away from that. I just think that the Titans are just so bad that I think that the Patriots can do well. They're the number one team in the AFC East right now.
Your upside for the Patriots is the potential for sacks and turnovers.
100%.
And that's what you could get that with the Giants. You could.
You will get that for the Giants, but I don't think it's going to be as high as
it's not as high as the Titans are. And I don't want to hear about the new coach boost and all that bullshit. Like you got to have the players to get a new coach boost.
Yeah.
The Titans don't have the players.
No. And it's just not going to work for that particular, it's just not going to work. And the lines, to me, I just see Patriots line better than Titans. It's going to work out.
Yeah.
So plus they have been playing good versus we're already past all these things. So Warrior goes, I have Jacobs, Kyron, and CMC. Good for you. Should I trade Alvin Kamara for AJ Brown? My best wide receivers are Pickens, Debo, Keenan, and Marvin Harrison. I'm not against doing that.
No, I'm not against that. My question, though, is
I just don't like AJ Brown, though.
I was going to say, can you package Kamara plus to go higher than Brown?
I was going to say
and that's my question, is can you package Kamara and Pickens to go get I'm thinking Drake London.
That's a high ask.
It's a high ask, but at the same time, the challenge with Pickens is that because CD's coming back, Pickens' value goes down.
110%.
So maybe Drake's a little bit too high. I'm just thinking of like in that realm, in that tier right now, because you're not getting not getting any of the big boys.
Wait, you're saying Alvin and Pickens?
Alvin and Pickens probably doesn't net you Drake London, but who's a little bit below Drake London that you could go and try to find? And that's what I'm thinking about off my head here.
Nico Adams. Well,
Adams is
Rice.
Maybe.
I mean, those you're not getting Amon-Ra. You're not getting Jackson Smith and Jigba. You're not getting Chase. You're not getting Jefferson. You're not.
But I wonder if you could go get
Rome is the only one that I would like.
Yeah, I wonder if you could. Maybe. I wonder if you could go get a hurt.
You know what?
You hurt Garrett Wilson.
Well, I was going to say you could either get a really bad outing last week with Rome, or you can get a hurt Garrett Wilson. But I would rather have Rome over Wilson in my, just because of the concept that I like the quarterbacks better. I'm not a big Justin Field fan in general. No, so for me,
it's gross.
No, it's just disaster. He doesn't throw the ball. It just makes it worse. I would rather go for Rome if you can try. I think Nico Collins isn't a horrible aspect if you're looking for that as well. He has a good schedule moving forward and a great playoff schedule. If you can get Drake London, go for it. I mean, at the end of the day, try.
I mean, I would try for Egbuka because he's injured. Mike Evans is coming back, so there's that narrative of like, oh, his ceiling's not as high, but like, is his ceiling really not that high when he comes back? I don't know. I don't think that he's just going to go away. Chris Godwin's not coming back right away. So I think what we're saying, Warrior, here is package Alvin and one of those receivers and make some trade offers. Worst people can say is no.
Yeah. You gotta ask around.
I would go in the Garrett Wilson, Egbuka, Rome, Drake London, and just, got to put bait in the water to catch a fish, man.
Yeah, I agree. I just wouldn't settle with AJ Brown. I'm not a big fan. I don't think the offense is really rolling to it. He has to complain just to get targets. I'm just not a big fan of that in one way or another. No, he's a great receiver, but he has to go to a team that actually will utilize him. And the Eagles aren't that team.
I think I will say this. I talked about it on my show last week as some trade targets. George Pickens. It's a dynasty format, but I think the sell window is closing real quick on Pickens.
Oh, you should have sold him
last
already.
Week. Yeah, you had to sell him last week because obviously CD's back. So I think that one is. So I might look at Marv in that question, Marv and Kamara, and go up that way.
Yeah, maybe. So Thomas goes, I went 0 running back in my 12-team 2-flex league and hammered wide receivers. I'm rolling Bill and had Jalen Warren yesterday. Good for you.
Yeah, nice result last night.
He says 6-0. Good for you. Hey, you're already moving right along. I like it. So Shane Augustine, Augustine goes lost Puka, McLaren, and Tyreek. I feel your pain, my friend. I lost Tyreek and Puka.
Ouch.
But it is what it is because I ended up getting Keenan Allen and Chris Olave. I made the Chris Olave trade.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I added a fourth just to because the guy was being a dick.
Yeah, I put my phone down and then all of a sudden I came back and there was like 30 something messages in the group chat. And I was like, I'm not catching up on that. I'll deal with it later.
I don't blame you. So Warrior goes Kendrick Bourne or Marvin Harrison Jr. I think I'm going to go Bourne.
I think I would too.
Yeah, it's not to say that Marv is better or worse. Like Marv is clearly the better talent. I just think they're going to utilize Bourne more.
I'll be honest. I haven't seen. I think Marv's going to play, but like,
no. They said he's cleared. No, they said no. He's cleared to go. He's good.
Okay,
he cleared full practice.
No, I know, but I'm saying like, it's still hard to come off a concussion like that and
100%. I like Brissett with him a lot better than Kyler. So I don't hate Marvin Harrison, but he's also going against the Packers. Packers have a good defense, good rush defense. Pass defense with a good pass rush. So I'm okay with not playing Marv. I'd rather play in the waters of, going against the Falcons. But the Falcons have one of the toughest defenses against the pass, especially since I don't know who's going to be lined up, but I'm assuming AJ Tyrell is going to be going, against Kendrick Bourne here. Unless, something crazy happens because he's the best wide receiver they have at this point.
Would you start Marv, Huge, or Addison? Full PPR.
Probably
Addison at home against Philly, Huge at home against Indy, Marv at home against Green Bay.
I just want to double check to see if Mitchell's out.
Kenyon.
No, Mitchell's in. Well, it doesn't really matter because they're going to line up him on Jefferson.
Yeah.
I might actually go Addison.
Yeah, I'm leaning that way as well.
Yeah.
That's a real question I'm facing in a league this week, and hopefully whoever I play in that second flex spot doesn't matter. So we'll see. See how it goes.
Oh, I have some fun ones later on if we get to it. So Fanning or Mason Taylor? I have both and can't decide. Full PPR.
Mason Taylor.
Gross. It's Mason Taylor.
Target. It's just because the targets are there and the game environment. It's gross. It's all gross, but Mason Taylor should. I think I got Mason Taylor at 3.5 receptions this week. I don't know. I got to check
have
cards.
Way more.
Yeah, I got to check.
I have Mason Taylor currently at tight end 12, and it's really just because the other guys are just, in better scenarios. If I put him any higher, I would feel gross. But he is definitely a great play this week. Fan and I have just at 9, just because, they're going against Miami. Miami's Miami. But at the end of the day, they're going to have to dump off a bunch. They're playing the Panthers, who are a really good zone. Well, they're a decent zone defense. All he has to do is sit in the zone and he'll be fine. So I think it's Mason Taylor. And who's the number 2 receiver on the Jets?
The fan in section 108, row 32, seat 12. Please come to the locker room. We have your jersey.
Right. It's Josh Reynolds and Alan Lazard.
Isn't Josh Reynolds out?
No.
He's in?
He is.
He was trending towards not playing.
He was trending towards not playing, but he is playing. And they also have Alan Lazard. They also have something Smith. I forgot the rookie that they have. I can't even tell you his name.
Yeah, exactly. So the answer is Mason Taylor. Next.
Yep. And then he goes, I forgot I'm also playing Kittle for the upside question.
Great. Love it.
So the Smitty, what's going on, man? Great to have you here. He goes, thoughts on Jacoby Brissett's stat line on Sunday. I'm going against him Sunday, and I need him to have a bad game if he plays. It's not going to be an easy matchup. It's just not. It's the Packers. The Packers have been doing very well. They're coming, they're one of the better pass rushes in the league. It's going to be a rough game regardless, but it's in a dome. At least it's helpful in that respect. And it doesn't help. Well, it helps you in that case. So I think you're going to be all right.
I think he'll be okay. The caveat is that the Packers have been in a lot of, minus the Cowboys game, they've been in a lot of low scoring games. So I think that plays in your favor.
Yeah.
But game script wise, Cardinals probably going to be chasing it. so he may have to throw. So the fourth quarter I would potentially worry about, but I think you're fine. I don't think he's finishing in the top 24. Maybe he'll finish in the top 24, but I don't think he's cracking the top 15 this week.
Okay. I didn't know this. So this is going to be a fun question for me. So bench Breece Hall or Tet for Bill, or keep both of them over Bill.
I have a hard time benching Breece because there is no one else.
I am not going to bench Breece.
I'm not going to bench Breece either.
But
I get it.
Won't
It's Justin Fields. It's ugly, but I
wouldn't play Ted. I would play Bill over Ted.
And
the only reason is because of Dallas. And it's only because it's Dallas. Now, the only caveat that I will say, Jets or the Washington Commanders, like we've been talking about most of the show.
No one else either. Yeah, they got no one else.
He is starting to get ramped up. They're using him a lot more. He's involved a lot more. I feel more comfortable in the waters of the particular matchup. And in this case, Tet's going to be going against Sauce. Sauce isn't doing that great, but he's still an elite corner. I would be more cautious of that and maybe thinking that the team will go, I'm not going to throw this way. Let's go this way. Type thought process, which leads me to thinking Coker might have a decent day. So for me, Bryce and Bill are a lot better if you're going to be, choosing between.
Yeah, I would say, look, you had McMillan had 2 touchdowns last week, but he had 29 yards. So it wasn't a great day. The touchdowns saved the day. So I would play Bill, I'd play Breece, and hope that Bill falls in the end zone.
Yeah, at this point. That's all you can really do. Also, Golden or Ramondre this week.
Golden.
I'm gonna,
Golden.
Really.
How do you? Ramondre was RB1 last week, and they said his fumbling issues aren't going to prevent him from getting on the field. And I'm pretty sure, I'm going to double check myself I'm pretty sure he had 18 yards. He had 18 yards on 13 attempts, Mike. 13 attempts.
Sad, and the week also that line.
And the week before, he had 14 yards on 7 attempts. He got in the end zone twice. He doesn't get in that end zone. He gets you 1 point 2 weeks in a row, which means you and I almost scored as many points from our couch in 2 weeks as a fully paid RB1 in the NFL.
So that conversation about the who can score, 5 yards or get 1 yard in the NFL, can you do it?
No.
He's got 72% of the snap share, though.
I hear you, but he has to score a touchdown.
I agree,
and he could.
He's still involved in the passing game. Titans are not good. They're just not. They are currently not even. No, they are below average when it comes to yards allowed. They are currently in the bottom 20. I'd rather take the chance, and for me, it's the floor. I like the floor of Ramondre more than Golden.
That's fair.
But at the end of the day, I don't know what's going to happen with. I get very skittish about a rookie that hasn't really been that involved as of late, and he's starting to get ramped up a little here and there. So yes, there's going to be an opportunity that he's going to hit, and then it's what day does he hit? He's currently at 69% of the snap share. He is number 2 when it comes to things, so that at least is a good thing. He's at least being involved. I'm just scared of the general, when he's actually going to be above a flex play. Ramondre is at least higher than that.
Well, I assume this is a flex play question if you're asking about
either way
Ramondre.
True,
right? You're not
but I just feel more comfortable with a guy that I know that is going to be getting those particular, those plays. Now, I'm trying to find more just to like.
I'm fine with Ramondre because you're right. He has the touchdown upside, but here's the thing: Golden's going to hit an 86-yard touchdown this week. Watch. I'm not going to put a touchdown guarantee on it, but that's my point. At some point, it's going to hit. So here's my thing, Nino. If you're going to play Ramondre, do not watch the fucking game. Just don't. You don't want to watch that game anyway, but close your eyes and just hope that you open them up. Ramondre's got 2 touchdowns, and you've got at least 12 points in your flex because
he's just averaging 3.8. He's averaging
I know.
3.8 targets a game. That's the thing that's killing me here is that he's in the same boat too. He has to score a touchdown. Now,
Agreed.
Now, granted, Arizona isn't the best team and it's indoors and there's so many other factors that are involved. He's not going to get the Will Johnson treatment, which will go to Romeo. So yes, it could be this is his game. But who's the number 2 receiver in Green Bay? I forgot. Tucker Kraft. That's right. It's not golden yet. Like he's still waiting. I don't know if this is the game for him. I just, like I said, for me, it's the floor. I'd rather have the higher floor, and Ramondre is probably the better bet in that case. This is Vrabel going against his old team. They're going to want to lay it in on him. To me, Ramondre just feels a little bit safer. If you want the upside, go with Golden, of course, but I like Ramondre a little bit more.
That's what I'm going for is the upside there because I'll say this.
Yeah. I'm the safer guy.
The caveat, for sure, but the caveat is this. Can the Titans keep up with the Patriots? And if that's the case, if they can't, and we don't expect they can, sure, they couldn't keep running it, but is this the day that they say, okay, Travion, show us what you got? Because it's 24-3.
No, you're good.
It's time for him to go. Whereas Cardinals could
but if it's 24-3, you're hoping that one of those is Stevenson.
Sure, could be. It absolutely could be. It could also be Drake May runs one in and throws the other two to
or
Hunter
runs
Henry.
both
Hunter
in
Henry.
and then Hunter Henry with 3. Yeah, believe me, I get all the avenues. I just
it's not a great position to be in. I would take Golden for the upside. You'll take Ramondre for the floor, and you know what? They probably have a range of outcomes that are pretty similar.
I would agree.
Jelly of the month.
I like it. Oop. He goes, my QB is Jaden Daniels. Is it risky to also play Matt Gay or pivot to Matt Fairbairn? Here's my thing, dude. I don't care which one. Both kick it far. Both kick it accurately for the most part. And it's really just according to which team you think is going to get stopped at the 30. And both teams have the ability to get stopped at the 30. Which game is indoors? Matt Gay. Just go with Matt Gay. It's fine.
Yeah, it's a kicker question.
Well, beyond the fact that it's a kicker question, both of us are big, soccer guys. I would prefer to, in this case, I like Gay just a smidge better. And it's really just because of the indoor environment comparatively to Seattle, which we don't, I can't tell you off the top of my head. So yeah.
Agreed.
He goes, Coker coming off IR. I need to drop a player. Drop Coker, have Tet, or drop Juwan Jennings, play Bourne and flex. Yeah, I'm dropping Juwan Jennings.
I would drop Juwan Jennings too. George is back. CMC's there. Ricky should be back. That puts him as the 4th target on this team. Coker could have some games.
Coker has something.
So yeah, I would keep Coker as well.
I pretty much pulled him off my.
Don't answer this next question. We don't want Greg Henry's questions. I'm just kidding. Greg Henry's one of my best friends, one of my college teammates.
What's up, Greg? So he needs 4 to play this week, or 4 to okay this week. Sorry, I'm just making funny. H.N. Gibbs, Williams, in this case, JMO, Mason, Dottle, and Rashad White. Holy shit.
Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I'm not playing against Greg this week. I'm not. Okay, I'll answer this question because
I won't answer. I do the same thing. I won't answer questions of friends that I'm facing.
Yeah.
So in this case, it's either H.N. and Gibbs. Gibbs is a lock. H.N., I think you have to.
Lock. It's a lock.
Yeah. And then the other 2, it's probably Dottle and White for me.
I would play Rashad White, and I think I would play Dowdle as well over Mason in this game, and certainly over JMO.
Yeah.
Jay Williams is Javonte.
Oh, well,
let me check his roster. I'm pretty sure that's actually Javonte.
Then I'm going to.
It is Javonte.
Oh, then it
is Javonte. Dallas has who this week?
Nope, I'm going Javonte. Yeah, Washington. So it's Javonte and Dottle.
Yeah, H.N. Gibbs. I'm playing Rashad White.
I am not.
I am.
Out of this group, I am not. That's the only thing I won't do.
Yeah.
I honestly, I would almost rather sit H.N. and take the L because I just don't think Cleveland's number 3, or Cleveland is currently, where are they? Rushing yards.
Yeah, you can't run on them, but HN makes his money in the passing game anyway, and I know that
They have to get to the outside to be able to do that. And
I know. Yeah, HN's not a great ceiling this week. I'll give you that. It is a nasty. Yeah. I have HN in a dynasty league, and I had that same conversation with myself last night. I was like,
well, then it's between Dottle and
but
White. Like, who would you rather have, Dottle or White, in that scenario?
I'd rather have Rachaad White because the backfield is his. Chuba's going to get a little bit of carry, but it's a good game environment.
Against the Lions?
It's in the dome. Yeah. Rachaad White can catch passes. Mike Evans should be back and be fine. Mike Williams is retired. He doesn't play football anymore.
So good when he did, though.
So good when he did. But to me, it's Rachaad White because of the volume, and Baker's going to get him the ball. I mean, look,
Baker's at this point, Detroit's above average on run stopping.
I hear you, but at the end of the day, I believe that this game is going to live up to the hype.
Shootout. Yeah,
I think this is a 50-point game, and I think it hits the over, and that's Noah Igbukah. Okay. You're going to spread the ball around to these receivers. I like White.
All right, you're convincing me. I'll take it. I'm going to go HN Gibbs, Williams, and White. Those are.
There you go.
You convince me. Diggs or Marvin rest of the season. It's also big play bonus, so Marv does get somewhat of a boost. I think it's Marv. I like Diggs,
Marv as well, but it's still, you don't know who the number 1 receiver is in New England. You know that it is Marv in Arizona.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to be going through these pretty quick. We're only going to be here for another 4 minutes. We got to wrap things up. Thomas goes, would you trade Nico and Jalen Warren for Barkley? Team is Drake May, JSN, London, Nico, Igbukah, Coker. Running backs are Warren, Bill, Dottle, Harvey, Hendy, and Marks. Good for you. I don't know if I would do that.
I mean, it's hard because Barkley just hasn't had any explosive runs. The Eagles have been poor. I believe earlier in the show, though, he said he went 0 RB, if my memory's right. So he was riding Bill and Warren.
Have to. You kind of have to, and then just
with Igbukah being hurt, and we assume it's a short-term injury.
Yeah.
If Igbukah was healthy,
much appreciated, Thomas.
Appreciate you, brother. Really? If Igbukah was healthy, I would make this trade. Because then you have JSN, London, Igbukah, and then you can add Barkley in there, which is clearly an upgrade on Warren. But to me, it's hard to make this trade right now because Barkley's
not really.
I don't think he has a run over 20 yards this season.
No, he hasn't.
Right, and they're not. I don't know. I don't know if it's a Super Bowl hangover or what's going on. I mean,
it's a regression from running for 300 plus
100%, 100%. But it's. Yeah, I would
he's
hold
running back 15 on the year.
I would hold here. And the reason I would hold here for the inverse side of that conversation is Kenneth Gainwell is involved, but like Jalen Warren's, I mean, you watched the game last night. Like Jalen Warren's still getting the lion's share of the work. He's heavily involved. I think he's fine. So yeah, I would hold this one.
Yeah, I can't find. I mean, right now, he's still Saquon's still finishing roughly in the top 20. He had one game that he had a bad game against the Rams, but other than that, he's had 22, 10, 17, 10, and 8 finishes at this point. He's been, I mean, he's always going to get a majority of the carries.
Yeah.
He just hasn't been able to, he hasn't gone over 100. He hasn't gone over 90 yards this season at all.
I know.
So he's still involved in the passing game. That's his only caveat that really helps if it's full PPR. So I understand it, but I think that Warren is doing pretty well considering. I just can't make this move yet. I don't think it's the right time.
I mean, Warren's catching passes, right? Aaron Rodgers is talking 100%. About that. There isn't a second wide receiver. Now, look, the Steelers are obviously one of the hottest teams in the market for a wide receiver right now before the deadline.
This is his 12-team, 2 wide receiver, 2 flex.
I assume full PPR?
Yeah, that would be my assumption.
Then I would keep Nico and Jalen and move on.
Yeah, that's what I would do. So the Smitty goes drop 1. Jennings, Waller, or Fannin. It's going to be Jennings for both of us.
Yeah.
I don't even have to ask Phil.
No.
That one I know for a fact.
No.
So he says this team has got me to 6-0. Roll with it. Yeah, you got to roll with what you got.
If it ain't broke.
No. So Nino goes, so what you're saying is take Coker anytime touchdown for the odds. Yeah, man. Why not?
Yes. Yeah. Don't bet the house, but yes.
Right? That's always nice. He says, you give me Ramondre contract and I'll be out there running like Scatteroo.
No shit.
Same, man. So Thomas goes back to talk. I could target Gibbs and Etienne and or Bucky or Brees Hall. Would you use that package to target those guys?
If I could go get Gibbs, I would.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I don't
Travis
think it's worth
Etienne, I would rather stick with what I have. Bucky, I could see it, but like Rachaad White's been good. So I think there's a world where Rachaad White continues to have. I think there's a world where Rachaad White pisses you off when you want Bucky to get the touchdown, and Rachaad White gets it when Bucky's back.
They were already telling us that Bucky might be out for longer than what is currently stating.
Yep,
like
agreed.
They've already kind of said that we're kind of checking out what's going to happen. He could go for 3 weeks not playing, and then they go, "Oh, we're going to throw him on IR for 4 weeks."
I got a buddy of mine who sent me it's a text. He said he saw it on a tweet. I need him to send me the tweet. I need to vet it. But he said Omarion Hampton is talking about week 13.
Yeah,
return?
No, I don't know.
I know this is not an Omarion Hampton question, but when you said that Bucky made me think of Hampton, and I was like, oh boy.
So that's a different conversation. But yes, they have already mentioned the concept of he is probably not going to be playing until mid-season of like the week 13, like you were saying. And that's really, I mean, that's significant. That's some type of something. Like they didn't describe what it is. It's a knee, so it could be anything. It's PCL, MCL. I have no idea. But it's definitely a strain that's going to keep him out for longer than the 4 weeks. They're already shopping for running backs, so they're another team that could be in the market. Tony Pollard.
We're talking about Hampton. We're talking about Hampton.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying the
said knee. You said knee, and that was his ankle.
I thought it was his knee.
High ankle sprain.
Oh well, high ankle sprains or anything. I mean, 6 weeks.
It could be his knee, and they said it was a high ankle sprain. So wouldn't be the first time the NFL's told us something that wasn't true.
You might be right. I might be thinking of another player. Either way, it doesn't really matter. It's one of those scenarios where they could tell you 4 weeks, but it could be longer. But in this case, the Chargers are a little bit more or less optimistic, putting him on a 4 week thing, and they're going to ramp him up for 3 weeks after because they get the 21-day window.
Yeah.
In this case, they're giving Bucky the 3 week window now, and then could add him to IR if it doesn't get better.
Yeah.
And kind of like what Greg said, dislocated shoulder means torn labrum. That doesn't mean he can actually do anything. Torn labrum means surgery. So this could turn out to be something worse than what it is. So I wouldn't go the Bucky route. I would go Gibbs for sure. Hall is another guy that's interesting that I like,
Kendall
but not as much.
Kendall and I are trying to get a deal done in one of our dynasty leagues right now, and I think we'll get something done for either Josh Allen or Amon-Ra. But I bring that up to simply say this: Brees is one of the players that I'm potentially considering getting back from Kendall if I were to move Allen or Amon-Ra. But here's the caveat: there's a lot of places that Brees could land that scare the shit out of me.
I think one of the places that he could go is the Chargers.
I agree, and that would be a disaster. If Brees goes to the Chargers, what do you do with Omarion Hampton?
Well, it would be a rental. For them, Brees is a rental. No, Brees would be a rental for the Chargers. Yeah.
You think that they're going to turn around and flip him?
Why wouldn't they?
I hope you're right. I could see.
Well, I'm just saying, if you want to go down that way, or the Chiefs.
I could see Harbaugh. I could see Harbaugh going, I want to run the ball. I've got the two greatest running backs in the world.
The problem is their line. Their line has a bunch of
they got 3 guys playing 5 positions because everyone's hurt.
Yeah, Joel being out this week isn't helping. So I mean, it's one of those things where they kind of lose one, gain one, because they ended up losing Joel and getting Quentin Johnston back. There's a lot of problems. But if he goes to, like, let's just say the Chiefs are the weirdest one to go to, because then they're going to be having Braden Smith, and they're going to have Hunt and Pacheco. They're going to have to involve one of those guys involved in one way or another. I don't see any other team that's really looking for a running back in that capacity that is going to really need somebody like him.
This
I don't
one's
see
interesting.
Which
Cardinals for Brees.
That too.
The only reason I don't think it happens. Here's the only reason I don't think it happens.
Right.
Cardinals aren't contending. The Chiefs are contending. The Chargers are contending. They're a playoff team right now, and I mean, they've got a 3-game lead, not a lead, but they've beaten everyone in their division the first go around.
Yeah, no, you're right.
If they can split the seasons or win, they should beat the Raiders again. And if they can split with the Chiefs and Broncos, they'll do what the Chargers always do. They'll go to the playoffs and they'll lose.
But Nino was saying he agreed with our Rashad take. Bucky is back. He can definitely see Blake taking. I agree. I'm just used to having at least one solid. Me too, man. That's how I roll in 90% of my leagues. I always have hero RB in one way or another. All right, boys and girls, we're going to wrap things up now. We appreciate everybody. So thank you so much, Thomas, for your super chat. We really do appreciate that. Believe me, it keeps the lights on. We can pay the electricity for one more day. Really do appreciate everybody. If you have any last second start sit questions, I'm going to be back here on Sunday morning to help you guys out, even though I know there's good old, London game going on for those on the West Coast, but I will be here. I will be here from 11 o'clock to roughly 12:30 based on who wants to come and talk. So come on, join me on Sunday morning, and I'll help you guys out. Frank will be here on Monday. Phil's back on Tuesday, and we got Frankie back on Wednesday if he's not fishing, and then we're back. Man. And then we're back here on Friday. I will not be here in 2 weeks on that Sunday. I'll be upstate. Wait, is that this weekend? No, next weekend. I'll be upstate and not able to do anything, doing something for my dad. So I will be busy. So hope everybody has a wonderful week 7. Phil, really appreciated you coming on today. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man, happy to be here. I was supposed to be hosting this Friday night show in our off-season meeting, and then of course life happened and schedules changed, and so come hang out with me on Tuesday night. So we do the Dynasty show, myself, and I've got Kendall on every week, and actually we're going to be talking about pick values here in the next couple of weeks, which I think is a fun topic for Dynasty players, more so than just trades. Like, what are your picks really worth? And we'll give some insight on that. So come on, hang out with us Tuesday night, 7:30 West Coast time.
Nice. I like it. And then, like I said, come back Sunday. I'll be here, help you with those last-minute start sit and actives and inactives at 11:30. All right, boys and girls, we'll see you all soon. Good luck in week 7. We'll see. Oh, of course, my mouse. Phil, can you get us out?
You want me to get the outro going here? Okay, yeah, hold on.
Of course, my mouse fucking stops in the middle of all of that. Oh.
All right. Wait, hold, please. There it is.
Later, guys.
We out.
Fantasy is the play. Marking nothing but I tune every Friday. Strategies provided.